everybody. This is Melissa, your free range psychic. Happy Thanksgiving to all those of you who are celebrating. It is November the 28th, 2024. Today I'm going to do a past life reading on the potential or possibility of Tim Walz as a reincarnation of Benjamin Lincoln. Benjamin Lincoln was a general during the Revolutionary War and also our first Secretary of War for the United States. And later on, he was Lieutenant Governor of Massachusetts, where I believe he was born. Very active in the civics of our nation at that time. I advise you, if you're interested in him, to read, Wikipedia or a book, or I'm sure there's a lot of history about him because he was very important, although I hadn't ever heard of him before. Apparently very important for the foundation of our democracy in his own way. And I believe that he was one of the, I don't want to say behind the scenes developers of a lot of different aspects of the formation of our nation. He was one of the key people who recommended we actually had a continental army because he saw the potential of the war coming, and he knew that it needed to be large and organized as opposed to disparate states with their own little militias. Very interesting person. And the potential of Tim Walz, as I said before, being his reincarnation, who was governor of Minnesota. Is he still governor of Minnesota right now? I'm not sure what happens if you are not yet taking your place as vice president. Although I want to say, I still believe that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz will take their places, will be sworn in. I'm still not losing that vision. Whatever happens, I have a right to carry on my vision. I don't want to misinform anybody, but my guides keep on showing me that for now, anyway. There's still that out there. And Tim Walz also served, he served in the Armed National Guard for a long time, and he was a teacher, and he was a House member for the Congress, I think 5 terms. So it's interesting that those two that have very similar energy in the sense that they're always devoting their service to our country, moving forward. I'm using the Gilded Tarot for the reading. And then we have an oracle card by Sacred Forest, oracle deck by Denise Lynn. And the musical interlude does follow afterwards. So stick around for that. The subject card that they both got that represents them is the Chariot. So the Chariot is bringing forward a new way of being, the foundation also of something that is, the focus is to make sure it's balanced, to move forward the establishment of our democracy in this particular reading, I think. And then also clarified by the Knight of Wands, and so these two are active knights, active service members in making sure that we have a stable democracy. This is forward movement, moving ahead, progressive movement. Above the Ace of Cups, this is a higher purpose, serving a higher purpose, serving the whole, compassion, love, empathy, giving oneself over to a higher good. in the past, for a past life, this means generally, the gist of their life. And for Lincoln, this is family being important, but also not just his family, the welfare of the American people, making sure they're protected and safe, wanting to provide you see this verdant green here, a verdant future for our democracy. And Tim Walz, yes, his whole life has been working as a teacher, mentoring children, fighting for the good of the people, fighting for government for the people, by the people. And he's a family man, right? And he loves his children. He's a coach, and he's somebody who has personal relationships that are very important and very also fundamental in terms of providing some good service that really helps people along. In the past, or not in the past, underneath, sorry about that, 2 of Wands here. So for Benjamin Lincoln, this was his involvement in fighting the British. When he started out, he didn't know which side was going to win. Let's say this is a monarchy and this is a democracy. And he's also looking at it as a statistician, as a general, the best way to go about it. How do you do that to make sure that your side wins? And then the 2 of Pentacles comes up here too. And this is in Lincoln's life. This is there's a ship behind here for an influence. Things being up in the air, how to bring in actually a new way forward, a democracy. And then for Tim Walz, this is current, right? This is what's happening with this election. I don't think he thinks it's over yet. He's trying to figure out the way forward here. Which way is it? Do we give over to a rigged election? Let the Russians win, so to speak? Or do we find a way to bring our democracy forward? What's going on here? But it's not set yet. It's still in flow here. And again, here's the ship, and this is Russia. In the future, this is the 8 of Pentacles. Now for a past life reading, this is how the life ended. And it's clarified here by the 8 of Wands. So this is Benjamin Lincoln working all his life until a year. I think he died a year after he left his last position, which was as a controller of the Port of Boston. And for him, this is just all this activity, all of these positions he had, all this energy he put into helping shape the government, whether it was national or local. And things happening, a lot of events in his life, a lot of important events, but things he brought about that were enacted. This could also mean the enactment of many laws, and many things happening in his lifetime to go from a monarchy. I think originally, a lot of the generals were, Britain or England was in control, the monarchy was in control, but then they turned away from that and had an insurrection, as one might say, had a revolution. And Tim Walz is also his energy is very revolutionary in terms of what he wants to bring about. Fairness, equality, equal rights. This is still a work in progress here for him. And the clarifying card is the 7 of Pentacles. So my guides say this is Benjamin Lincoln. his life is looking at and helping shape our democracy, looking at what needs to be done and helping shape it, helping and participating in it in a formative way. And for Walz, this is Walz looking at our government, our democracy, and also wanting to improve upon it, to move it forward in a positive way. And the outcome card for Benjamin Lincoln, it's the wheel. So he helped bring in this huge, do they say sea change of the world's awareness and the possibility of the formation anyway, the basis of, let's see, here's the foundation of a democracy, moving humans forward in a higher evolutionary path. And Tim Walz, his future is this. So I feel like he's going to be important in securing our democracy. And it's interesting that here's the foundation of the wheel, and then I think there's a similarity here. Do you see the base of these two cards? And this is about foundation and balance. Okay, so that's my reading on the potential past life of Tim Walz as Benjamin Lincoln. And let me know what you think of the juxtaposition between the portraits and the pictures in the intro. Of course, portraits are just approximations of what somebody looks like, so it's a little difficult, but let me know if you see whether the things I've said about their lives or what you study about their lives. I know I missed a lot for both of them. Apologize for that. Or the dissimilarities. If there's any Revolutionary War scholars out there, or if there are any, please weigh in. I'm going to segue on now to our oracle card. So our card is Bluebell Fairy, Gratitude. The early morning forest is shrouded in low-lying mist. As you step into the meadow, you glimpse heavenly blue flowers seeming to float above that mist. Their deep color draws you closer. Each bell-shaped blossom bows down on its stem as if in prayer, humility, or gratitude. Gratitude is the secret to a joy-filled life. True thankfulness can work like modern-day alchemy, yielding happiness and peace beyond imagination. And it's so simple. Find what's good and wonderful in every moment, no matter what's happening around you. There's always something to be grateful for. Whatever you appreciate in life will grow, so discover what you're thankful for. Even the people and situations you have found challenging in the past. And when you do this, watch miracles unfold. The universe is grateful for you. Bluebell Fairy, gratefulness. Or, yes, gratitude. Okay, you guys, I'm still available for personal readings. You can find my information below in the description box or at the end of the musical interlude, which is coming up. Please stick around for that. I love you. Take care, and I will be back. Be well, okay? Bye.